Alright guys, I missed some things to add in the video, so I'm gonna add it here in the beginning of the video. Um, First thing you need to know, I've been asked about, is you need a tablet with USB 3.1 or higher. If you don't have USB 3.1 or higher on your tablet, you're gonna have issues with video encoding and stuff like that. So for the reverse camera to work, you need USB 3.1 or higher. I have the Samsung Galaxy S7. It has USB 3.1, and I'm gonna set that as the baseline. I tried USB 2.1, 2.0 with OTG. That doesn't work. It kind of displays, but it's very finicky. So I recommend your baseline to be USB 3.1 or higher. Second point is the camera app that I use. It's called Next Camera. That was it right there. And that's the one that I use to auto launch and auto close when I shift into reverse. The only thing you need to do is go up here into settings and switch with mess with these two settings. Sorry. You need to exit from the app when it's detached and then start that app in full screen when it's attached. You switch those settings and then shoot auto launch and auto close when it detects the camera. So I forgot to mention that. I know I have other videos that mention the whole process and everything you need, but I know most of you don't care to look at other videos. You just come for what you want and that's it. So to help you guys and facilitate that for you, there it is. Another point that I wanted to make is a lot of people are going to bring up Apple. Apple does not support this as of right now. There is no way to set a shortcut for it to do it. There should be. It has a shortcut for power, but not for specific USB detection. So once Apple makes specific USB detector for their software, then you should be able to do this through a shortcut. But until that happens, which I don't know if it'll ever happen, there's no method as of right now that works for Apple. I have tampered with that. I've gone through it in other videos that you could look for, but yeah, so for right now it's only for Android. And one last thing I wanted to add is this video's been a long time coming for me. I had this idea for about 5 to 6 years now, but finally the last 3 years it kind of came into fruition. And I want to say that about 2 years ago is when I originally proved that this concept worked. Last year I actually threw it in the car and tested everything, and everything worked. It's just I never recorded it. And I made a comprehensive video on my freaking bench tester, and it worked. It's just a lot of people didn't understand it, so I finally made this video with me installing it in the car. Even though there's still a lot of work I need to do to get everything finalized, but at least this sets the baseline for all of you guys that are looking to get started in this or trying a similar project. So you guys have the information out there for you guys. But yeah, this video's been long overdue. I should have done this video about a year ago, but I'm finally getting it out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, good morning, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and finally do a video. I'm still not ready. I got everything here for now, but technically I'm not ready to put the dash in yet. I still have some fabrication to do. It's just I've been really busy with work, and I'm grateful for that because that's how I feed my family. But just taking away a lot of time from doing these projects that I had started. But I'm gonna get a little. I'll make some time right now to do this and show you guys. So first thing I want to start is with the pigtails. So we got a regular USB on this end, pigtails to this, and this pigtails to this, which I'm gonna use to connect my video card into this, and then connect that into that. And that I'm gonna go ahead and explain this in more detail, but for now I'm just gonna jump it color to color, with the exception of the red. So the red's not gonna get tapped at this time because that is gonna tap into your reverse camera. All right, so currently I have my tablet charging, but thankfully this is gonna plug into the tablet. And I did switch USB hubs to this now because this one has two HDMI ports, which I need. The other one only had one. This one only had one HDMI. So switching that, same thing, it's still a USB hub. So this is gonna plug into that. And then this is gonna get power out this way, right? But you're gonna leave the red unplugged. All right, no red plugged in. You see everything else is plugged in on this side because this is gonna send the power out to the video card. So the video card will plug in here. All right. Let me get that plugged in. So plugged in like that. And this will kick power on. Your reverse trigger wire is going to go on this one to send power to the video card to turn on when the reverse gets triggered. So hopefully you guys understand that. I'm trying to break it down as simple as I can. You are no longer using this red one coming from the USB. You will be plugging in your reverse trigger wire here on this hole. So I'll go ahead and get that set up. I gotta take apart my dash, kind of present everything how it's gonna go, just to kind of give you a full demo to you guys. But yeah, so let me get to that. But technically this is what everybody's been asking about. I get a bunch of questions about this wiring that doesn't make sense to a lot of you. So this is a pigtail. Technically you're jumping male connector to a female connector. Just gonna wire cable to cable, except for the power, which is red. That one you're gonna use once again your reverse trigger wire. And then when your reverse gets triggered, it'll send power for this to turn on, which will then send video to your tablet, which will then display on your screen. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my screen in the temporary dash that I have. The connectors that I'm gonna be using is this 90-degree USB-C for the touch. And then the other thing that I'm gonna be using is this HDMI, mini HDMI to regular HDMI on this end. That's gonna be behind the dash, and then I'm just gonna use adapters to jump into regular connectors, which will be regular HDMI cable and USB-C cable extension. So this is what that looks like, a little bit lower profile. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just set it into the dash, and then I'll start recording. Now, this is not really important for you guys, but just if you wanted to see how I'm doing it. All right, so that's a little mock-up of how it's gonna look. All right, so technically what you need to pay attention to is gonna be this. I don't know why the iPhone's not focusing. There you go. This is a reverse camera RCA, and this is a trigger wire. A little overkill because I soldered it, but it's what I had available. So this is what you need to pay attention to if you're interested in how to get the reverse camera wiring. It's pretty simple. This is going to plug into your video card, and then this is going to power your USB. So instead of, this is going to go back to where we didn't plug in this one. What you're going to do is take your trigger wire, and this is just for demonstration purposes. I will be using the voltage reducer to 6 volts. But for now, I'm just gonna 5 volts actually. For now, I'm just gonna stick it in, give it the full 12 volts. Should work, but I recommend using a reducer. So technically, this is what we're gonna do. Let me use my hands and connect it, and then I'll show it to you guys. Okay, solely focusing right now on the reverse camera. We got our reverse camera RCA. So you already have your reverse camera wire and everything. You're bringing it up to your radio. You have this RCA. We plugged it into the video card, right? Let me zoom out so you can see. We plugged it into the video card. Then we have the trigger wire coming with the RCA, and we plug that in so to the positive side of the USB. So this was coming from the phone, right? So technically power should be traveling this way, but obviously we decided, well, not obviously, but as you saw earlier, I cut it and didn't use the red one, so it's not getting power from the USB anymore. So it'll only get power when the car is in reverse with the trigger wire, and then it'll send power to the video card, which will then get signal, send it back through the data cables and into your tablet for signal. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's trace it. This is going to be plugged into your tablet, which I'll demonstrate in a little bit. And I just want to get this explained. Then we're going to take this pigtail. Do not plug in the power wire from the pigtail. Instead, get your reverse trigger wire from your RCA or however you ran the wire. Plug it in here, and then it'll send power when the reverse camera or when the reverse lights come on, which will then power the video card to start sending signal, which will then be detected by the tablet. So that's how that is wired. I can't make it any clearer than that. If you don't understand this wiring, I suggest just showing this video to somebody they could do the wiring for you, because it's as plain and simple as I could explain it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and explain something else. This has nothing to do with the reverse. You don't really need to worry about this if you're using your actual tablet. Like I said, I'm using a secondary screen, so this is my HDMI, which will get video for the secondary screen, and my USB-C cable, which will send signal like touch and power to the screen. And this is for audio purposes, which I'll show you a little bit once I start getting into that wiring. This is just going to be like a quick setup demo of how this is going to work in my vehicle, so you guys could understand how I'm going to have my setup wired. I know it's messy as hell, but I'm trying to get there. All right, all this is going to be technically ran behind the screen. I want to eventually bring it to this center console, probably drill a hole through the bottom and bring everything to have it inside here. But for now, we're just going to keep it as it is. But this is for demonstration purposes, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on with the demonstration. All right, so at last, here we are. I plugged everything in at my tablet. I explained quickly what's going on here. So this is for power to the secondary display, which you don't need to worry about. This is HDMI, also for the secondary display, which you don't need to worry about. And one thing I forgot is that I need a touch USB, which I still need to run another one to this one that I forgot. So for now, we're just going to work off of this, because the touch is technically not active right now on this. But disregard all that. If you don't have a secondary screen, you're mostly going to be just working off of your main tablet anyways. All right, so now reverse camera is this USB down here that I'm highlighting right now with my finger. And then this is power. This is technically just PD charging my device, so it continues to charge while connected. And that's just giving power to this and also to the screen. So, sorry, my daughter came to ask me a question. So, back to this. So we have the reverse camera. I moved these around just to give me a little bit more space, because they weren't making proper connection. But still, we're not using this one. We are using the reverse trigger wire, which, as you can see, is coming from that RCA. So that's your power source, and then it's feeding into this other side of the USB, which is then providing power to this. I think my battery might be running low. Well, anyways, and then these are your data cables. Your ground is black, so all the other ones get connected. Your white, green, and black get connected as normal. You just bridge them. It's just your power wire. You're taking it from, you're plugging it in here, but you're plugging it straight to your reverse camera trigger wire, and then that feeds the signal back to this USB to turn on when it's in reverse, right? So that's all we have. So that, and then we also have it plugged in here. Nothing else is plugged in, as you can see, and right now it's not on, right? But let's go ahead and let me brighten up my screen over here. We're gonna go ahead. Remember, whatever's playing here is also gonna transfer over here, so just keep an eye on this. I'll put it in reverse. And get on the, there you go, brake pedal. There it is, reverse. So there it is, functioning when the car is in reverse. Do I have my parking brake on? No. Put the parking brake on. I'm gonna go back there and try to show you that. I'm in reverse right now. And then without going too much to my license plate, my reverse camera, I'm gonna be waving here. Which you might be able to see over there. Let me try to zoom in, sorry. Should have probably put my window down. But there, you can see me waving my hand up and then So this is what that looks like. Let me actually clean it. Ugh, give it a nice clean right there. And that's what you're seeing through the camera over there. Again, let me move left. Some movement, you can see it there. So yeah. So it does work. I know this video's been a long time coming, but hopefully it explains at least that wiring aspect of it. I'm gonna go into the heavier wiring, which if you just came for the reverse camera, that's how you would do it for a tablet. Obviously I have a secondary screen here that you guys already seen, but if you do manage to just integrate your tablet into your dash, everything that goes to this you would just cut out, which would be the extra plugs like this USB, and then this HDMI, you wouldn't have it. You would just have technically a power source and your reverse camera at this point. What I'm gonna add now, I'm gonna go ahead and add audio right now, so you guys could hear how that. We'll see how I do that here, and then we'll go into the next step. But yeah, once you go out of reverse, powers off, goes back to whatever it was. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in reverse for you guys. You know, it's a little bit of lag, but it does it automatically. I didn't have to do anything. And then close again. One more time. Oh, hold on. Brake. I forget to press on the brake. There it is. Also mount again. Park. Out. Hold on. I guess I have to put it back. There you go. So, I mean, say you were parallel parking, that would be kind of consistent with how many times you would use it. Seems to function pretty well. So now I'm gonna go into the next section of this. And again, all I had to do was video card, right? And then hopefully you guys were able to see the wiring. Kind of explained it a bunch of times, so just go back and keep watching it until it makes sense. Or if it doesn't make sense, like I said, take it to somebody that understands this. They'll understand what's going on and know what to do. But that's as far as I could help you with this. If you can't get it after this, I mean, I don't know how else I could break it down for you. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've gone through everything in detail in this video, so hopefully it helps you guys out. For now, just stick around if you want to see how I'm gonna run the audio out of here. All right, so far I've added another touch for it to respond to touch over here. And then I added the HDMI. Okay, let me just pause that because it's already playing audio. So I added an HDMI for the screen, and then this HDMI is for the audio box, which is this box, which then takes the audio and converts it to digital signal, which I'm using the Toshlink out, which I already had to the other radio. And that's how I'm playing audio out of here. It's not the most consistent. I think I want to get rid of one of these HDMIs and get the USB-C to actually display and touch, and just keep the HDMI for audio out only, so it doesn't overload it, because it seems to overload it here and there. I'll do a little quick snippet really quick. Everyday hustle like Wayne. You saw it right there, kind of cut out a little when I cranked it all the way up, so I have to figure that one out. But so far everything seems to be working. I'll go ahead and throw it into reverse one more time for you guys. There you go, reverse in, boom. There's a plane over here too. Back in park. Vehicle's on right now. You can see my RPM is up. And yeah, so overall, that's how everything would function. I know it's a mess right now, but obviously I would guide this and kind of keep everything hidden and more organized. But this was just to get this video out, demonstration wise, prove that it works, because people kind of doubtful, and it works. It's just, you know, I finally wanted to get it done in the vehicle, so I took the time out of my day today to get it done for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate the video. But yeah, might not kind of, you know, play any song right now. I got my remote here, and this cranks it, so that's working too. I also have that wired over there. I gotta figure out how to optimize the wiring. That's about it. But I mean, function-wise, you guys can see that everything does work. So, might actually try to see. I think this one has a auxiliary port, so I could try to maybe play through the aux port. Or did I see it? Or am I tripping out? I might be tripping out. I didn't see it, but or figure out another way to get the audio out that's a little bit more reliable. So we'll see. I'll tinker with that in the meantime, but I still got a lot of work to do on this dash. I gotta build it up here a little bit so I can round it off. Build this face and a little bit on this face, and then the bottom. Keep smoothing it out so it transitions pretty well. So still some work left to do, but at least now you've seen kind of how everything's gonna be laid out once I have it installed. And yeah, I mean, you guys have any ideas or any suggestions, let me know. I'm open to ideas, and maybe you guys have figured out other aspects of it. That's the other thing that I gotta still figure out. That's my Android Apple CarPlay dongle, which I also want to incorporate, but I'm already out of USBs. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe also get a larger wattage connector, because obviously when you got two items loaded on it, maybe it's also not providing all the power that I need. I got other outlets that I could tap, so I'll probably be tapping these two, and then just keeping one single. Probably I'll try to get 65 watts out of it, see if I can find anything that actually provides 65 watts of charging, because that might help in keeping everything running smoothly. So we'll see. All right, guys, that might end the video here. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, and finally that explains the reverse camera and how that works. I know the first 5-10 minutes of this video is gonna be just reverse camera, so I hope it is enough for you guys. But thanks for watching.